Before we go anywhere deep, it helps to remember something simple. You already know how to do this. You have been in this state many times, maybe while staring out of a window, maybe while scrolling without realizing time has passed, or while listening to someone speak and suddenly realizing your mind has traveled somewhere else. And as you sit here now, you don't have to try to relax, because trying implies effort, and effort is exactly what we are gently setting aside. All that is required is curiosity, and even that can happen all by itself. You may have noticed people who feel not enough are usually the ones who care deeply, who think deeply, who replay conversations, achievements, mistakes, successes, and just noticing that already begins to change something, doesn't it? So as you allow your eyes to comfortably close or soften or simply rest wherever they are, you can listen to my voice and at the same time let your mind wander, because minds that wander often wander towards learning. You might become aware of thoughts saying, "Am I doing this right?" And that is perfect, because that question itself tells us something really important, that a part of you is already engaged. And while you listen, you don't need to remember everything consciously. You can remember what is useful and let the rest drift by. You have done this naturally your whole life. Many people who doubt themselves believe confidence comes after success. Yet interestingly, confidence often appears when the mind stops arguing with itself. And your unconscious already knows how to do that, because it does it every night when you fall asleep. So for now, there is nothing to fix, nothing to prove, just a gentle noticing of the breath. In and out. Noticing how each breath happens without any effort. And as you sit here, listening, drifting, your unconscious can begin preparing a state that is just right for understanding something important about why the feeling of not enough ever began. And now, as you continue listening, you may begin to notice the simple fact that your body already knows how to let go. There is no need to change the breath, just noticing how it enters and leaves, sometimes deeper, sometimes softer, exactly as it chooses. You can gently bring your attention to the top of your head, noticing sensations, warmth or coolness, or perhaps very little of any of that. And even that is perfectly fine. As your awareness drifts down towards your forehead, many people notice that this is where thoughts gather. Plans, comparisons, self-judgments, and you don't have to push them away, because what you allow begins to loosen. Let your attention move to the eyes, and you may notice how much effort they have been holding, trying to see clearly, trying to get things right. And as you notice that effort, you can allow those muscles to soften. And now, down into the jaw, a place where unspoken words often rest. Things you should have said or you should have done. And as the jaw loosens, it's interesting how the inner dialogue can also soften. Your attention can flow into the neck and your shoulders, where responsibility likes to sit. Expectations, pressure, the need to be perfect. And you don't need to drop all of it, just enough to notice that you're still supported. Some people feel relaxation move down one arm first, and others noticed in the other arm. And your unconscious will choose what's right for you. Hands resting, heavy or light, or simply present. And with each out breath, with each exhale, something unnecessary can leave. As awareness moves through the chest, you may notice the rhythm of your heart. A heart that has tried very hard to earn the worth through achievement, approval, productivity. And you can allow that heart to rest, because it was never meant to prove anything. Down into the stomach, where fear often whispers. What if I fail? What if they find out? And you don't need the answers right now, because questions dissolve when safety appears. Let that sense of ease move into the legs, the feet, connecting you gently to the ground, And you may notice how being supported doesn't require effort. And now, as the body settles, the mind can follow, or the mind can wander. Either way, relaxation deepens, trance deepens. And in a moment, we will let the imagination take over. Because imagination is where the feeling of not enough was learned, and also where it can be rewritten. That's right. And now the body is doing what the bodies naturally do. You can allow the mind to do what minds enjoy doing. Wandering, imagining, observing. You know, there was a time, maybe as a child, when you found yourself staring at the sky, or at the ceiling, or at nothing in particular, and somehow everything was happening there. So imagine this. You're seated somewhere safe and familiar, and in front of you there is an open space, like a clear screen or a night sky, or even an empty stage after everyone has left. And as you gently gaze into that space, you may notice thoughts appearing, like subtitles, floating in and floating out. A thought might just say, I'm not good enough. Another one might say, I need to do more. And instead of believing them, you can simply notice them. Because what you observe no longer controls you. It's interesting, isn't it? How the same mind that doubts you is also the mind that has achieved everything you've done so far. And you don't have to resolve that yet. Just notice the paradox. Now imagine stepping slightly back, as if you're sitting a few rows behind yourself, watching the version of you who is, watching those thoughts. And from here, you may begin to sense something subtle. That the voice of doubt sounds familiar, old, repetitive, almost rehearsed. Some people realize that the voice doesn't even sound like them. It sounds like expectation, comparisons, conditioning. And as you continue gazing, time may feel stretched or compressed. Seconds may feel longer or shorter. and relaxation naturally deepens. Trance naturally deepens. From this wider perspective, you can gently wonder, when did I first start measuring my worth? Not to answer consciously, just allowing the unconscious to trace the thread back to where it began, because it already knows. And as that knowing begins to organize itself, will allow a story to emerge. A story that mirrors your own journey without needing to be identical. And as you continue resting there, not needing to listen too closely, yet somehow understanding everything, your unconscious can enjoy going deeper into the story. Once there was a child, not broken, not lacking anything, just open. The child didn't wonder if they were enough, because that question had never been taught yet. They laughed when they laughed, cried when they cried, and asked when they didn't know, and stopped when they were tired. And then slowly, gently, the world began giving them instructions. Not instructions in words always, sometimes in expressions, sometimes in silence, sometimes in comparisons. The child noticed something interesting. When they did well, eyes lit up, the voices softened, attention arrived. And when they made a mistake, attention changed, voices tightened, faces shifted. It was not dramatic, it wasn't abusive, just enough for the nervous system to record a pattern. And somewhere inside that small body, a very intelligent conclusion formed that said, being loved feels better when I perform. Not consciously, because children don't think in sentences, they think in feelings. So the child didn't decide to be not enough. The child decided to adapt. And adaptation, when it works once, tends to get repeated. Years later, the child, now grown, stands in the meetings, finishes projects, receives praise, and hears applause, and yet something feels off. The compliment lands but slides right through. The success happens but doesn't settle, because the mind quietly whispers, if they knew the real you, if you stop trying, if you slow down, challenging the idea that you are enough. And here's something important to notice. That voice never says that you are nothing. It says you could be more. Now this tells you something really profound. This voice was never meant to destroy you. It was meant to keep you safe. Safe from rejection, safe from embarrassment, safe from being overlooked again. And as you listen to this, you may feel a subtle softening, because understanding dissolves self-attack. You see, the feeling of not enough is not a verdict. It is a signal from an outdated survival strategy. A strategy designed at a time when approval equaled safety, and safety felt essential. And now, from this quieter, wider place, you can begin to recognize something else. The bar keeps moving, not because you're failing, but because the strategy never knew how to stop. Perfection was never the goal. Relief was. And perfection never delivers relief, because relief doesn't come from improvement. It comes from permission. So the hero of this story reaches a moment in their journey, not of victory, but of recognition. And they realize they have been climbing a mountain whose peak keeps dissolving into the clouds. And instead of climbing harder, they pause. And in that pause, something extraordinary happens. They feel the ground beneath their feet. They notice the breath moving on its own. They sense the body supporting them without effort. And a new question replaces the old one. Not am I enough yet, but what if I always was? And you don't need to answer that right now, because questions like that work best when they echo quietly beneath conscious thought. And somewhere deep inside that younger part, the one who survived, the one who learned to strive, to perfect, to over-deliver, begins to feel something unfamiliar. Rest. Because rest was never laziness, it was safety without performance. And as this realization continues to unfold, your unconscious begins preparing for the next phase of your journey, where enough is no longer achieved but recognized. And now, without needing to do anything at all, you may begin to notice that something has already shifted. Because when understanding arrives, patterns loosen, even before effort begins. So imagine this. Somewhere inside you, there exists a quiet control room that is not loud, not dramatic, just calm, steady, observant. And in this room there is a dial, one that has been turned towards proof for a very long time. It says, prove your worth, prove your intelligence, prove you deserve your place. And you don't have to turn it all the way down, because extremes also create resistance. But just enough to notice what happens when it eases. And as the dial softens, you may notice the body respond first. Breath drops lower. Your chest widens slightly. The jaw releasing without any instruction. And here's something important. The part of you that doubts doesn't need to be removed. It needs a new job now. So you might allow that voice that once said, be better, to learn to say, be present. Because presence does what perfection never could. Now, gently imagine a future moment, perhaps a conversation, a presentation, a decision where the old pattern would usually appear. Notice the familiar sensations and then notice something new. A pause, not hesitation, a pause, and in that pause you feel your feet, your breath, your spine supporting you effortlessly. And from that place, action emerges naturally. Not louder, not harder, but clearer. And as you experience that, your unconscious begins anchoring the state. so that each time you slow down, confidence quietly organizes itself. You may also notice that appreciation feels different now, not something to absorb or reject, just information passing through. And when doubt visits again, because habits check in, it finds no argument waiting, only a calm knowing, I don't need to earn existence. And this understanding doesn't make you passive, it makes you precise. Because energy previously spent proving is now available for creating. And over the coming days, you may notice some subtle signs, moments where you stop mid-overthinking, moments where good enough feels complete, moments where silence feels safe. And you don't need to force those moments. They arrive naturally because the nervous system learns through safety and not pressure. And as all of this continues to integrate within you, you don't need to rush back. In a moment, we'll allow the mind to return, bringing back whatever is useful and leaving behind whatever has done its work. And when your unconscious knows this, the shift would be complete. It will guide you back effortlessly, feeling clearer, steadier, and strangely familiar, like coming home to yourself. And now, there is no need to hurry, because coming back is not a switch, it is a return with new organization already in place. So you may begin to sense the chair beneath you again, noticing how it has been supporting you the whole time without asking anything in return. And somewhere inside, your unconscious is checking, making sure everything that needed to settle has settled. Everything that needed to update has updated. You don't need to supervise that process, because the part of you that learned to adapt also knows how to integrate. You might notice sounds returning, subtle at first, and then clearer. And it's interesting how awareness can expand while the calm remains. In a moment, you'll find yourself fully back, and that feeling of not enough will no longer feel urgent, not gone, just irrelevant. Because when worth is no longer debated, the argument dissolves on its own. So as you begin to reorient, you may notice movements in your fingers and the toes, a deeper breath entering your body, and you don't need to remember everything consciously. What matters the most has already been installed. In a moment, I'll count gently, not to wake you, but to give the mind a rhythm to follow back. 1. Bringing awareness into the body, feeling grounded and steady. 2. Bringing awareness into the room, sound, space, presence. And 3. When you're ready, you can open your eyes, bringing back clarity, calm, and a quiet knowing that you don't have to become enough. You already are. And now, just take a moment before doing anything else to notice how this moment feels different. Because this is not the end of something. It's the absence of a question that no longer needs asking.